How you doing? This is Joe Rossi from the YESS Training Barbell Club. We are a professional strength conditioning and skill gym for fighters, and we pride ourselves on being the real-life Rocky Balboa gym. I could choose to talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. It's my gym, it's my time, it's my YouTube channel, but I'm going to choose to talk about something that's going to help everybody in society. Makes me feel good resting my head at night. That's all it is. Not trying to be anything more than I am. This is how I coach. This is what I do at the gym. This is how I coach my fighters. And might as well spread that to everybody that I possibly can, so it has the most beneficial, positive outcome to the most people I can communicate with. Social media is that way. How do you control negativity in your life? Well, first of all, you have to work at it. You have to bust your ass at it. It's no different than anything else in life. Fucking happiness does not grow off a tree, and you can't just grab it and eat it and expect to be happy. You gotta work to it. You gotta work for it. I'll never forget a Buddhist saying. It's more of a Buddhist philosophy, and it talks about tending to your garden. Your brain, your mind is like a garden. It's like this beautiful garden, and if you don't tend to it, it's going to be overcome by leaves and weeds and things that's going to impede on bearing good fruit, bearing good things. So your brain needs to be tended to on a daily basis, just like a garden. That takes work. You have to work on it. How do you tend to your brain on a daily basis? Well, first of all, your brain's like a sponge. You have your consciousness and subconsciousness. Your subconsciousness is always on tape record. It's always being influenced whether you like it or not. It's just there and it's happening. And then your conscious mind is the things that you're consciously aware about and what you're looking and what you're doing. You know what's going on right in front of you. And sometimes you ignore that too. But what you have to realize, though, is you are heavily influenced by your environment, by the people you hang around, by your habits, and even by your own thought process and belief system. If you think you don't have a choice, then you don't. If you think you do, then guess what? You do. I say you have a choice in it. I know I do. I'm not perfect. I'm not speaking high and mighty, but I know one thing. Whatever you put your energy toward grows. So you have to put your energy toward growing and bearing good fruit in your mind. If you put enough shit in your body, guess what? Your body feels like shit and it looks like shit. You put enough good things in your body, you start adapting to feeling good and looking good. Simple, guys. So when it comes down to facing personal demons, feeling depressed or having depressed emotions and not letting things flow in and flow out and not working on up here, I mean, man, you're going to head to a life of depression, of a life of feeling not fulfilled, a life of being more of like a people pleaser instead of pleasing yourself, because you're going to be doing what everybody else is doing. I mean, that's why everybody's listening to the same radio stations and music stations. Everybody's listening to the same social media and watching the same news stations. Turn that shit off. You're a human being. You have the power to choose and you have an intellect. You have the ability to make up your own mind as opposed to being a parrot and listening to what everybody else says and just parroting that back. That's what most people do, right? That's a life of disaster. You're not going to be fulfilled and you're not going to be happy doing that shit. Use your own mind and you'll start and have your own thoughts and come up with your own conclusions, and you're going to start feeling a lot better about yourself, because that's going to cater to you and to energizing your thought processes and your beliefs, as opposed to just, again, being a parrot and spitting out everybody. Getting a little off track here, but we're going to keep it on track. Turn off the radio, turn off social media, turn off the negative influences, work on your happiness, work to tending to your garden, change the people you hang out with. If they're sucking the energy away from you, if they're negatively impacting your life, get rid of them. Who said you have to be with them? I don't care if it's your family, get rid of them. Families who bleeds beside you and supports you, not just because you're bound by blood and DNA. You can choose what you want to do in your life. You can choose who you can hang out with. You can choose what you read. Readers are leaders. Leaders are readers, okay? You need to start reading